my parents in a forest back when I was maybe like 8 or 9. And I can remember one night we were laying out in our hammocks and we were just, watching the trees rustling in the wind above us, and we could hear the sounds of the forest all around us. Frogs singing and owls calling and the creek running nearby. It was amazing. It felt like we were a part of it all. I don't know if I do it justice trying to describe it, but I'll definitely never forget it.
Most of us have a memory of being in nature we'll never forget. Let's protect the world's natural places so more memories can be made for generations to come. Visit worldwildlife.org.
WOLB Baltimore and WERQ FM HD3 Baltimore. Brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel.
The views and opinions of the guest and host you hear on 1010 WOLB
are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Radio 1, its sponsors, or advertisers.
It's done unto you as you believe. It's done unto you as you believe. I'm gonna get there, yes, somehow. Push my way through the crowd. I'm gonna grab you by the hand to a place we will stand. Stand proud, no fear. It's clear, I believe in you. I believe in me. Oh yeah, I believe that we can make this dream a reality. Yeah, yeah. Now's the time to be. Now's the time for miracles. Oh, it's in my heart so deep. 'Cause I believe.
Do you believe? Do you believe? Good morning, family. Welcome to the Patrick Henderson's Meet the People radio show. I am your producer and co-host, Jason Rodriguez, with you this morning. We have our illustrious host joining us online and co-host Doc Cheatham joining us online. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Patrick, good morning. Good morning. Take us out. Lead us into prayer this morning.
Yes, man. I believe in you, you believe in me, and I believe that we, with the help of God. Right now, those of you who are near your radio, most of you are probably at home. And if you can touch your radio, if you're driving out, don't do that. But we want right now to all go together. In the name of Jesus, we come, oh God. Oh Lord, we love you today. We bless your name. We lift you up, oh God, in this period of crisis, this period of the unknown, oh God, where many of us are living in fear because we don't know what's going to happen. Oh God, but we put our trust in you, oh God. In you will I put my trust. Oh God, we're gathered here, oh Lord, on this hour at 11:30 every Monday morning, oh God, to come to say thank you for another weekend, for another past week, oh God, that you kept many of us from hurt, harm, and danger, oh God. Some of us are sick, some of us don't know what we have, but we're living in fear, oh God, right now. And we rebuke fear in the name of Jesus. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. Oh God, let us rest in that peace that is in you, oh God. For we love you with all our heart, mind, body, and soul, oh God. And in the spirit of care, oh God, we come together helping you, asking you to help us to love our neighbors as we love ourselves as best we can, oh God. Oh Lord, heal our land, oh God. Touch our administrators, our elected officials, oh God, all those that have charge over us, oh God. Touch their hearts, oh God. For your forgiveness, oh God. Help us, oh Lord. Help us to love one another, oh God. For love will heal us, oh God, because love is the miracle. We thank you for this time together, oh God. In every home, every family, oh God, where there's strife, where there's hunger, where there's pain, where there's misery right now, oh God, we ask you to bind it right now in the name of Jesus, oh God. And let's lift our heads towards the hills from which cometh our help, oh God. Our help cometh from you, oh God. Oh Lord, we love you and we thank you for this opportunity. Bless your people and make us one, and bless this show, and let us be a blessing to those that listen, oh God. And let them be a blessing to us as we listen to them. In thy Son, Jesus Christ's name, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Patrick, before we get started, there's some breaking news I wanted to break in real quick, and then I'll give the torch back to you, sir. Really quick, two things. The Maryland Department of Health has reported as of 10 a.m. this morning, family, that there are 44 new cases confirmed in Maryland, bringing the total up to 288 confirmed cases. Of course,
how many, Jason?
288. So we're at 288, and we have 44 new cases. So we were at 244. That was as of 10 a.m. So 44 new cases have come in. We have a reported 3 deaths. There was a new death from the coronavirus that took place Saturday evening. A 40-year-old woman from Montgomery County passed away due to complications of the coronavirus, and she had some underlying health issues as well. Just to put the numbers in perspective really quick, Baltimore City has 7 new cases. Anne Arundel County has 2 new cases. Baltimore County has 7 new cases. And then there is Montgomery County has 10 new cases. And PG County has 7 new cases. And then there was also Queen Anne's County that's coming online for the first time with their first reported case. And Wamaco County is increased by 2. Washington County increased by 1. And Howard County has 2 new reported cases. Frederick, 1 new case, and Garrett County, 3 new cases. So
it seems to be kind of holding, though. We see that it's not spreading. But did you read about that church? Was it down in Georgia, Alabama, where one member went to church and she didn't know she had it, and she died and infected a whole bunch of people? We just can't. If you don't feel well, just do not go to church. Don't go nowhere, you all.
Yeah,
just
family.
Stay in the house and quarantine yourself.
Family, you should listen to our founder, Dr. Kathy Hughes, who has public service announcements. She says, wash your hands, keep your hands away from your face, your nose, your eyes, your mouth. And if you feel sick, practice self-quarantining yourself. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I tell you what, and try to, if you can, wear gloves when you go out.
Yeah.
Okay, don't touch especially aluminum surfaces, which most door openings are. Don't touch them. If they don't have it, take your coat. If you got your gloves on, then open them with your gloves.
Yeah, family, it's time to get those isotopes out that you got for Christmas or Father's Day or Mother's Day that you didn't want. Time to get them isotope gloves out. Patrick, I have one more for you. So the governor gave his update as of 11 p.m. And because of some of the things that he has seen over the weekend, especially in relations to the annual cherry blossoms, folks decided to attend the cherry blossoms in large numbers, and the governor went on the State of the Union this Sunday and just was really concerned about that. And I guess today he decided to issue some new orders. So according to the news, he was just on all the news channels. It says that Maryland Governor Hogan issued an order on Monday for non-essential businesses to close by Monday evening by 5 p.m. In a more aggressive attempt to squash the corona pandemic. It says,
Jason, what is non-essential? Can you help us out there?
Non-essential would probably be, so unfortunately, those carryouts are not considered to be non-essential. Probably your department stores, your clothing stores, any other store outside of either a bank, a grocery store, or a pharmacy, a drugstore,
gas station,
or a gas station is probably the only stores that are allowed to stay open. Governor Hogan went on to say that this is an exceptionally challenging time for Marylanders and all Americans. Now, he said that Hogan issued an executive order closing all non-essential businesses, organizations, and establishments in Maryland effective 5 p.m. Monday, which today, in addition to businesses already closed by the previous executive order. This order stops short of ordering people to stay home, an action that many other states have taken, including starting tomorrow, Delaware is issuing an executive order to stay in place.
Really?
Yes, sir. So,
well, I think I read something last night, and it talked about they have found a way. They said that normally, if it happens, it normally happens more in families, and that it's really important that if somebody is sick in the house, that they stay, nobody goes out of the house, okay? And to call their doctor. Don't go to the doctor. Don't have nobody take you nowhere. To stay in place and call the doctor and get direction from there. But do not go out of the house. They contend that they can just keep it in families, that they'll be able to, control it better.
All right. Now, Patrick, if someone does have some complications, though, because we know that the coronavirus is causing issues with breathing and respiratory issues, I would definitely suggest to seek medical attention. But if you're just feeling, just feverish, or have a cough, you may want to just do, like you said, call your provider or call your doctor.
And they say it's not a wet cough. It's a dry cough.
Yes.
It's not like we normally, when you have a cold or something, it's a wet cough with a lot of mucus and stuff. But they said it's a dry cough. That's when you need to be concerned, especially if it persists.
Right. Most of your colds have, some sort of mucus or phlegm, runny nose, along with the fever and body ache. So, but if you're noticing body ache and a very dry cough with no runny nose, and no other type of mucus, then I would be concerned.
Yes.
And shortness of breath.
Yeah, and shortness of breath as well. Yep. Lemetria is on the line with us. Good morning, Sister Queen.
Good morning. Good morning.
Lemetria, yesterday you posted something that was prophesied by Nostradamus. Do you have that convenient? I'd like, if you could pull it up, and I'd like to read it because he prophesied this, Jason.
So did Sylvia Brown.
So did who?
Sylvia Brown did also. You know the one used to be with what's his name, Montel?
Yeah, Sylvia Brown. Yeah, the psychic.
Yeah, she prophesied it too. Yeah.
And they say Bill Gates prophesied this as well too.
Right.
Really?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Do you have it, Lemetria?
Then I'm have to look it up. And I'm not as computer literate as you guys are. So hold on. It may take a minute.
Okay.
I'll pull it up.
Well, the one of the myths that we need to dispel today is that children can't catch it. That's not true.
Correct.
Not true. No.
That's not true. And
they were trying to put it on old people. That's why. They were trying to say that old people could get it.
Yeah.
The elderly.
Made the young people feel like they can go to the beach and hang out and stuff. And do things that are foolish. But in New York, 54% of the deaths are between the people from the ages of 18 to 54 years old. Did y'all hear what I said?
Mm-hmm.
So don't think this is only for old people. Don't think that. Don't feel like you are somehow not a part of the risk. You know what I mean? Just don't think that, and don't be walking around here talking the Lord got you. Yeah, He sure does have you. He has all of us. But I tell you what, you need to use the faith without works is dead, and the works is this is a deadly virus, and they're saying they got a vaccine coming for it. But I believe now they just figuring out how they can monetize it. You know,
right?
And so we're still not out of danger with Trump in office. We are in trouble, you all, every day because we can't trust anything that this man says. So just know, yeah, we are. But you need to listen to the people who are have your best interest at heart. And you know what? I want to give a big applause to Governor Hogan. He is doing a fantastic job, I think.
Between him and Governor Cuomo.
Him and Cuomo, somebody posted on my post about something that they're sick of hearing Cuomo talk. Talking about he talked too long. I wrote on there, he's got, 25 million? How many people in New York, Jason?
Eight something million in New York.
I said he can talk as long as he can talk as long as he needs to talk. Okay,
and they have the second largest reported cases in the country. Right,
and then at least you can depend on what he's saying. Whereas Trump, he just be lying, and you notice every other word is about him. He's trying to get reelected. Yeah,
he's campaigning. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I don't know. A lot of folks are saying that he's preparing to lock down the government to be able to push the election, down the road and be able to hold on to power longer.
That's the reason. Yeah, that's the reason everybody needs to be ordering their absentee ballots now. This is the only way we're gonna get in the front of that, and especially Baltimore, because we get ready for our primaries in April.
Well, it actually has been moved.
Oh, it has?
Yes. Our primary has been moved because of the virus.
Well, so we have even more time. That way you ain't got to go to no poll. You ain't got to worry about going. You fill it out and vote for who you want to and mail it in. Y'all, now let's get off our ducks and not be waiting around because this is an important election for us because it's time to sweep City Hall, to sweep it out. I mean, it is time to sweep it out. We just read yesterday where the city council, y'all said, no, we were doing a good job of getting these liquor stores out of our community. And then this number one liquor seller in the world came in and gave a bunch of money, and they've been easing these laws. They've been easing these things. They used to couldn't even put a liquor sign in a window in a liquor store. Because they found that the kids in the community see those signs when they turn 18, they know where to go get it. And anywhere there is a liquor store, there are more house break-ins, there's more crime. It is proven statistically. And our city council, our city council has been easing those laws, doing it very quietly. Well, we don't know. They're just being bought, you all. And we need to clean them out. Everybody down there needs to go as far as I'm concerned. I don't know nobody that I feel at this point is worthy of staying. If you got a new seat and y'all need to hold these new people that are running, let them know that we are watching them and we ain't taking this no more. It's time for us to clean up Baltimore. This is a wonderful opportunity. I hope we take it. I hope we look up at it and say, Lord, bless us, oh God. But God ain't going to do nothing that we won't do. And that's what we need to remember. And he gave us wisdom, and he gave us common sense. Jack Young and what's that? Associated Charities,
Associated Black Charities.
Yeah, where is all that money? That was that's $24 million that they haven't paid out. What's up with that, Jason? Can you fill us in on that, Jason?
What's that, Patrick?
I said, what's up with that? They've been the 2 years they haven't been able to dole that money out. Now they're asking for more money for their administration, whereas they could have just put that money in some sort of an account and earn interest on it to pay what they're having to, to they see they need more money for administration. What is that all about?
Right.
So we need to stop taking these people words for things, you all, and notice not what they say, but what they do. And when you see what they do, you will have a different idea about who they are.
But that's not the worst thing, guys, that's going on. The worst thing that's going on, Barr said that they're trying to change the Constitution. He's trying to get legislatures to change so that they can change the Constitution where we don't have rights.
Yeah.
Any rights.
Yeah, but that would require constitutional Congress. He can't do that. He thinks he can. He's going to try. Yeah, but
we're asking everyone to call it. We're asking everybody to call their congressmen to get on their behinds behind that. You never know.
Patrick, our lines are full, and just to let you know, the election.
Before we go there, Jason.
Yes, sir.
I want Doc to fill us in because Doc has been at the forefront.
Man, and just to let you know, the election has been moved to June the 2nd.
June the 2nd.
The primary.
All right, Doc, tell us about the food program for feeding the children. Let us know what's going on.
I'm very happy to say that this morning we did get a notification where the city that has dropped the ball for almost all of last week is making some adjustments. There's a song by Michael Jackson that I just keep remembering. All I really know is that they don't really care about us. And City of Baltimore, yes, we're charging you that you have been negligent. You have basically not done what needs to be done. There's a Bible passage that said, when I was hungry, you fed me. We've heard health expert after health expert talk about who is vulnerable, and it's clear that we are vulnerable. And I'm sad to say I'm sitting here last week, the Matthew Henson Neighborhood Association, in the absence of Matthew Henson Elementary School doing anything to feed our children, in the absence of the Easterwood Recreation Center doing business as Omega Baltimore Rec Center, we went Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with no food being provided for our children. When we woke up last week, we realized that we were going to go into Monday of last week with our kids not having any food. They wanted our kids to walk 1/5 of a mile across U.S. Route 1, which is Monroe Street in Fulton. Our kids are going to have to walk past Monroe Street. We're talking about elementary. We're not talking about middle or high school. We're talking about elementary school. And some of our kids, if you know many of the areas, they're not only, the little kids are not only walking, but some of them are walking with their preschool brothers and sisters. They wanted us to walk all the way to 701 Gold Street, past Monroe, past Fulton, all the way up the hill to get to one location. So, we got another location. Well, we were talking to the Lillian S. Jones School, which is 0.6 miles away, going the same route, going past Monroe and Fulton. My board and I discussed and said, you know what, we cannot be leaders of the community that has signs all over the place that says our community, our responsibility, and we don't pick up the gauntlet and say, okay, City of Baltimore, you failed us. Baltimore City Public School System, you failed us. Recreation and Parks, you failed us, but we cannot fail our own children because we see them every day. What we decided to do as a community, Matthew Henson Neighborhood Association, not the elementary school, the neighborhood association said, okay, we need to find some group or organization to help us feed our children since the City of Baltimore seemingly don't care about our children. What we decided to do was we reached out, and thank goodness for our webmaster, and we have probably one of the most progressive websites that gives you factual information about the coronavirus and COVID-19. And later I'll give you that website. You can get really vital information. We decided we needed someone to help us, and thank the Lord is in the blessing business, because thanks to our webmaster, Bonnie Lane, I'm sorry I'm giving out her name, but she does such a great job. She connected us with the Baltimore Franciscan Center. Great bunch of people. They call us. I didn't get a chance to call them. They called us and said, we heard what you're doing. We know the great work of your community. We would like to help you. We came up with an agreement. These great people, Monday through Friday, every day at 11 o'clock at our park and playground, since the rec center wouldn't let us in their building, since the elementary school, Matthew Henderson, wouldn't let us in their building. As many know, we built our own park in West Baltimore, the Freddie Gray area. We had free food from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day we provided food. Now, the whole objective was to make certain that our children, because children, according to the Food and Drug Administration, should be given breakfast every day. And it's mandated that if you live in a low-income poverty area, that's why many of our schools, including Matthew Henson Elementary School, which failed us, provides breakfast every Monday through Friday, because you're in a low-income area. Well, what compounds our problem is we are also in a food desert. Our kids literally, unless they get potato chips and pretzels, there is no food market in our area. And I'm still appalled that I saw a video that they were giving away, and I appreciate the communities that some of these folks who don't look like us come into our neighborhoods and think that they're helping us. But why would you put a free distribution site 1 block across the street from Shoppers at Mondawmin, and you put it at Douglas High School? Why didn't you put it at Carver High School where there is no food market? I'm still shaking my head in disbelief. And we had elected officials bouncing their chest like they were happy. Why would you put it at a location where the food market is right across the street? Why didn't you put it in a location where there is no food market? So for 5 consecutive days.
Who made that decision? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know. All I know, they said it was some folks from one of the University of Maryland. I don't know whether it was the hospital, the school, or what it was, but I knew they weren't from my neighborhood unless they were folks from that don't look like me but come in my neighborhood to buy our drugs. We don't know who these folks were. All we know is, everybody thinks, if you go to Penn North and if you go to Douglas High School, that's the only place the riots hit us, and that's the only place that we have poverty. Well, I'm happy to say that they have made some adjustments. I think they are embarrassed. We had one group, they were giving away for the kids in the morning bags of potatoes, and that was supposed to be their breakfast. Now, somebody please explain to me whether or not it's the principal of Matthew Henson Elementary School or whether or not it's the CEO of the Baltimore City Public School System. Somebody please explain to me, why are you listing a location called Easterwood and you got B&L, which means breakfast and lunch, but you're not serving any food until 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Wow.
Can somebody explain that to me? We had this group on Thursday and Friday. They were so embarrassed that you had people coming from all over, from other parts of the community, coming to realize that we had fed, as the end of Friday, 1,800 meals. Did you hear me? 1,800 meals, thanks to the Baltimore Franciscan Center. No help from any city agency of Baltimore City. Not one city agency gave us any help. Did the elementary school give us any help? No. Did the recreation center give us any help? No. But then they were so Baltimore City. Not one. We better do something on Thursday, Friday. Today, the location that they had, 2003 Presbury Street, they were served, and I'm reading it, it's right in front of me. B&L, and what that stands for is breakfast and lunch. Mm-hmm. And you're going to serve them at 2 o'clock. There's no group that is serving B&L, breakfast and lunch, that they've listed, and they're doing it at 2 o'clock.
In the afternoon.
Are you telling me my black poor children, children in our neighborhood, do not deserve to eat anything until 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
And children wake up hungry.
We got the parent teacher group. Oh, they so happy. They serving food. You making our children wait until 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Maybe one of these folks want to call and explain that to us. How do you have your child not get anything to eat until 2 o'clock. There is no food market in our area. We got 8 liquor stores. We got open air drug markets. They're not going to give your kids food until 2 in the afternoon. Maybe somebody want to call and explain it to us. And it's got B and L on it. It means breakfast and lunch. I don't know about eating no breakfast at 2 o'clock in the afternoon unless you're alcoholic, and that's when you're just getting up.
Exactly. And if you do, you're going to eat them both at the same time because you're so hungry. You know, this is
sad. It's sad, but
gentlemen, hold this conversation. We have to take our top of the hour station ID break. Ben, we see you. Willie, we see you. Brother Carlos, we see you. Please hold the line. We're going to get back to you right after this station ID break. You're listening to Patrick Henderson's Meet the People right here on WOLB 1010 AM. Don't you touch that dial.
WOLB Baltimore and WERQ FM HD3 Baltimore.
The views and opinions of the guest and host you hear on 1010 WOLB
are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Radio 1, its sponsors, or advertisers.
It's done unto you as you believe. It's done unto you as you believe.
Welcome back, family. You're listening to the Patrick Henderson's Meet the People radio show right here on WOLB 1010 AM. If you want to join the conversation, I know the lines are tied up right now. We'll get you in as soon as we drop one line. The number is 410-481-1010. Just keep trying. As soon as we get one person off the line, we will pick you up.
Jason.
Yes.
Could you have them queue up Miss Hughes' PSA after we start taking these calls? Because I want them to hear it. I don't know if they're going to play it during our show. But
we can pull it up during the 12:30. We have a 12:30 break. Is that fine?
Okay, all right.
I'll make sure it's in queue for that. All right. Did you want to go ahead and take the first
yes,
call?
First of all, I want to thank Doc Cheatham.
Yes.
For his work. Man, y'all just don't realize what it is. Y'all don't realize it. If you have children, you know what I'm talking about. And if you can't feed them, you really know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm telling you, besides when I had my after-school program, and before I had money to do it, I was buying it myself. I stayed in the grocery store feeding those children. They were always hungry, and at least 80% of them would say, Mr. Henderson, can I take extra? Because my mom, so I can take something to my mom to feed them. There's no food, y'all. This is real. We're not playing. Everybody don't have it like we have it. Some people don't have it. Food stamps, they're cutting food stamps, and they don't have enough. They're not giving them enough money. $240 a month, and you got 3 or 4 kids. That's impossible.
Yeah,
it is impossible.
And one of the best things you know to be able to fight this coronavirus is to make sure that your immune system up.
Yeah,
you know, it's by eating healthy foods. Of course, reducing your stress. And Doc, I'm worried about you because you're fighting this battle, and it's definitely adding additional stress to you right now. So you have to be careful. Stress and not eating properly, is definitely something that has been fighting against some of these folks that have been catching the coronavirus. All right, did you want to hit the lines? Did I lose you guys? All right, just bear with me, guys. I think the phone lines have glitched for a second here. Just bear with me. I'm going to try to see if we can pull up Ben. We sometimes have this little issue with the phone lines where they drop out. Just bear with us. Let's see if we can get Ben. Ben, you're on the line with us.
Hey, how you doing, gentlemen?
All right, Ben.
How you feel?
All right, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Listen, this is just my opinion, and I guess we're all entitled to one. If we look at what we are regurgitating back over the air and to different people all over the country and the news, it's like they got us selling fear. But they selling fear too at the same time. False evidence appearing real. But they don't say anything about the planes flying over top of dropping on stuff every morning. And what is that coming down on top of us?
What I didn't say. What did you say? Say that again. What?
Well, I was saying they don't have anything. They're not saying anything about the planes, the airplanes that's flying over top. Look outside sometimes.
Yeah, they're talking about the contrails.
and they just shooting that stuff, that aluminum and mercury down onto you every day. I mean, they don't say anything about that that's causing any problems. But see, the thing about it, if we just sit and use our brains for a moment, we have been doing, and I compliment both of you all, and the rest of you people that call in on this airway, who benefits from this thing? This thing is going to make a lot of money for some people. But who benefiting? Are they using this for are we the lab rats that we have to be used to get this money that they need? Think about it for a moment. We said exactly what they need us to say back. They said it to us, we sent it to somebody else. Now we know remedies our mother and fathers gave us and grandparents gave us years ago that will work. Patrick, we gonna get what they said we got. We don't have to even have it; they'll give it to us. Now I'm telling you, they got an article. If you check it out, I hope I can find it. I'm gonna send it to you. It's called "Doctors They Do Lie." And what that means,
well, you know what? You know, Ben. I hear you. Did you hear about the drug that they have over in Cuba?
Yes, I heard about that.
That's an interferon drug,
and they said it works.
Yeah, exactly. Well, all right, we're not gonna get into the conspiracies right now, but we've all
it's reality.
Well, it is, and we've all long been concerned about the chemtrails.
But think about it though, Patrick. They don't want no cure for this. It makes a lot of money for a lot of people. I said, listen to it. I listened to everything that the governor was saying. Everybody's gonna make money out this thing. Everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, don't let us be stupid, man. We got this balance. Look, like you said it yesterday on the radio. I think it was Sunday. I think you said it. We got this melanin in our body that can protect our immune system.
Right.
And why don't we use that?
Well, but how can we use it? Have y'all noticed that there are no cases in Africa?
No, there's cases in Africa. Not as many.
There are in Nigeria?
Yeah, not as many.
No.
Okay.
Not in Nigeria, but there's other parts of Africa.
But remember one thing, though. They saying that. We can't prove that.
Right.
Yeah, but I doubt it because there are a lot of Chinese going in and out of there.
And Bill Gates is saying that he is. Look, they said this real slow. Listen to this program called MBG, I think it's called. Radio station. It's in Boston somewhere. They said Bill Gates is now trying to figure out how to put this chip into people, and that would help them remind them that they had a virus inside their body. You know that chip can turn on and blow your brains out, kill you.
Oh man! All right,
you gotta be realistic about this man.
Yeah. And Patrick, according to CNN, Nigeria reported its first case of coronavirus-related death. So, and there are 43 countries it's saying is affected. So Africa is seeing a rising number of corona-related cases, and that's according to CNN.
Okay.
I looked at my notes last night for Ebola. I read that whole thing. I wrote it years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still there, Patrick?
Yeah, I'm still here. All right.
Well, I'm gonna get the phone let somebody talk, but I'm just saying to you. Remember, I tell you about them chemtrails going around every morning. 5 and 6 jets flying through here, dropping that stuff on top of people. Yeah. What's in that?
All right.
I agree. No, we're talking about that.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick. What's your first name on your phone again? It's 258?
Yep.
410, right?
No. Yeah, 410, right.
258-7373. Okay, I got it. All right. All right, Jason.
All right, family. And there's a line open if you want to grab it, 410-481-1010. Again, the number is 410-481-1010 if you want to grab. I'll come in.
I found it, guys.
Yeah, and the gentleman was 67 years old who came back to Nigeria in March after undergoing a medical treatment in the UK. So this is according to CNN. So,
And
Now his body was
I don't believe that.
he was dealing with underlying issues because he was undergoing chemotherapy.
He probably just, I don't believe it.
I mean, that's what they're saying here, and that's according to the Nigerian Center for Disease Control.
Mm-hmm. You know, they talked about the melanin yesterday on TV, and they were saying that as you get older, your melanin drops, and that's the reason why people, the elderly is more affected supposedly because their melanin drops.
Right.
So, I don't believe that part about. I don't believe about after the continent.
Okay, Lemitra, you say you have that Nostradamus thing?
Yes.
Did you find it?
What did it say? What was the problem?
Yes, I read it. There will be a twin year, 2020, from which a queen, Corona, will come from the east, China, and will spread a wound virus in the darkness of the night on the country at Seven Hills, Italy, and will turn into death, the dusk of men to destroy and ruin the world. That's what he put in there. So he's saying the twin year, which is 2020, is going to come from the east, which is China, and then it's going to spread like a wound. It's a virus, and it's going to really concentrate in the Seven Hills of Italy. And they're saying it's going to destroy and ruin the world. I don't believe it's going to destroy the world. I think it's going to affect our world economy. Ouch. Oof.
Well, I think it has destroyed the world as we know it. Everything has changed, so I understand what he means. Yeah. I understand. All right, Jason, let's go to the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Brother Willie, good morning. You're on Patrick Henderson's Meet the People radio show. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Pat, good afternoon, Pat.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Pat, after this coronavirus and everything is over, from your experience having the school and after school programs, you are a witness that the side parents are still going to be sending their children to breakfast, lunch programs. So if they're getting short money with food stamps, that means when they send their children out, that they ought to have some money left over with the food stamps, because it seems like we're subsidizing their food stamps, and they still going to be sending. I mean, a preschool child is being led by a elementary school child to go get some food. Where's the mother? She home talking about, well, give me some extra for my mother. I mean, why aren't we holding these people accountable? We're so busy worrying about Trump and all this other foolishness, and Doc comes on. He never talks about, why don't he have a town hall meeting and invite some of these mothers, because they're going to be doing this stuff because we are enabling them to do this.
They're not going to come. They're not going to come, man.
Right, and we can't penalize the children, in the process. We just have to make sure the babies are fed.
Children, I'm saying to you, there's got to be some way of holding these mothers accountable.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying a word about these mothers. They're talking about the politicians and this and that. Politicians ain't making none of these babies. I mean, come on, man. We have the school system is terrible, so the children don't even have But we know men are making these babies, man. Hold them accountable too. I said parents.
Exactly. You're not saying that. You're not saying that, though. You're talking about the mother.
Yeah, but the mothers are the ones home getting the food stamps. The men aren't getting no food stamps.
Yeah,
they aren't getting the food stamps.
Yeah. They get food stamps.
Yeah,
but not in the capacity that women are getting it with the children.
Yeah, Pat, you know what I'm saying. She just want to get into this gender thing. I don't know what she's talking about. But anyway,
but I hear you. But she's saying that the men should be. But you know what? I'm feeling you on this. I feel like if they're getting food stamps, they should have to come to a monthly meeting at the school for the PTA. I feel like they should be involved. I believe they should all have to take parenting classes. I agree with you. For the money
and on top of that, parents
are given, the people should have to come and learn how to be better parents, because nobody has taught them. Lemitra will tell you, our mother used to tell us, Patrick, people can't repeat what they haven't seen. So they didn't see order when they were kids, and so they don't know what to do. And
in other words, a lot of women are not mentally mentally dead.
No, a lot of women are sorry. That's another excuse about they not mentally. They sorry. They sorry. They need to have free daycare so they can take care of these children while these women go to work. Because first thing they say, well, who's going to take care of my baby if I work? Well, give them free daycare. They turned my ex-wife's school down on Mount Street into a homeless shelter. And all I see is women sitting outside. Food. Why aren't these people doing the same thing? Another thing, which I don't have time to argue with you, miss, because I'm not have time to argue with you. Because I don't have time.
Hold on, Willie.
Listen to what she's saying. Listen to what she's saying. Go ahead, Lamitra.
I'm saying, have you ever worked with people with mental problems? Have you ever done
Miss, if these people got mental problems, they shouldn't even have their children. They should have their children. They should have their children. I mean, you're going to the extreme with this mental problem thing. We're talking about people that don't have mental problems. We're talking about side people, not mentally ill people.
Right.
I'm not saying anything about no mentally ill people. These people I'm talking about are side.
Right, but Willie, we're working with a family right now in O'Donnell Heights that you would call sorry, but when we went there to this mother's home who has an 11-month-old, an 11-year-old, and had one in her stomach, when we went to go see her, both boyfriends are in jail, and when we went to go talk to her, it turns out that she has an underlying mental health issue.
That's another thing. While we keep supporting these people that don't want to take care of their children. I mean, come on, man.
Thank you, brother.
I mean, you know, my mother used to take in washing and ironing and all that to feed us. I mean, you know, these people, man, won't even look. Amazon got 100,000 jobs that they're offering. How come we're not making some of these people and providing them with daycare so they can go to work? Pat, I want to ask you a question, Pat. Pat, where is your church, Pat? Because
Good Tidings Baptist Church over on Edison Highway, over on the east side.
Is that your church? I mean, do you preach? I mean,
no, I'm just a minister of music there, Reverend Mark Wainwright is the preacher. But when we get back up, please come visit us. We'd love to meet you, Willie.
Where is Edison Highway and what?
Edison and Sinclair.
I got you. Okay. Have a great day.
Thank you, Willie.
Okay, peace. All right, bye.
Thank you so much for your call.
And family, if you want to grab a line, you have the ability to grab a line, 410-481-1010. We're going to go to Brother Carlos next. But Patrick, I mean, the family knows if they've listened to this program for almost, 7-8 years now, they know that no one else advocates for, wraparound services and family support services more than we do. We had
That's right.
Brother Carlos, you're on Patrick Henderson's Meet the People radio show. Good afternoon.
Well, we got to go after them mothers with the pink Cadillacs and the welfare queens and the big black bucks, buying the vodkas, the high priced vodkas. We got to go after all of them there people. But I just want to send a almost serious note that Pat on this. This Cuba thing, they had developed several protocols for these viruses back as late as 1986, and the flagship product is called interferon alpha 2B. But a author by the name of Dr. Helen Yaffe, Yaffe, has a book, a research book on the Cuban research on these medicines for the viruses, and it would be nice to get her on to speak about it. But I wanted to, excuse me, did you want to say something?
No, go ahead. That's something that we're going to make a note of.
The next point is, Doc had mentioned the food deserts in his area.
Yes. For years he's been talking about it.
And he had mentioned that he had gone to the Baltimore Development Corporation for some help. And I want people to know, if you look up that information, Doc knows this, that Baltimore Development Corporation is a nonprofit organization which serves as the economic drive agency for the city of Baltimore. All members are appointed by the mayor to that particular nonprofit organization. They are at 36 South Charles Street, and 410-837-9305, spokesman Nancy Jordan Howard. Now, here's my question. They denied him resources or funds to help build a... Doc? Is he there?
They not on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Doc.
They didn't specifically refuse us funds. They refused to even address it. They try to come up with every idea. We're going to give you bus transportation. We're going to give you ability to go call somebody up to take you to the food market. What we need is a food market. We don't need you to transport these people, especially from Gilmore Homes. We need a food market. And we could not get BDC for now 6 years to make it a priority to provide certain communities with food. 25% of us living in Baltimore live in a food desert.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you're right. 100% right.
Yeah, my follow-up is that these are all directly appointed, they're supposed to be held accountable by the mayor and the city council of Baltimore. Now, if they are not, I would like to hear, if possible, from this spokesperson, and if you can get her on, Nancy Jordan Howard, 410-837-9305, to respond, and let us critique what she has to say about this and bring this issue to the people of Baltimore who are hurting.
Why, my brother.
Why did you turn
the
down?
nail on the head.
Yeah, Brother Carlos, she's with the Baltimore Development Corporation.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think they want to come sit in the lion's den, but
again, you never know until you ask, because what I'm hearing is, and if they don't want to sit in the lion's den, then certainly the mayor and his representative would come and sit in the lion's den and explain why they are not responding to the problems that they're supposed to deal with as far as the city of Baltimore is concerned. So that's my 2 cents for the day. And let's go and get them black bucks and the welfare queens and stop them because they just taking advantage of the system. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, brother. Out of one state that's talking about dropping steaks and shrimps from off of the food stamp program, making it so.
He's being sarcastic because that was what Reagan said.
Of course,
and that was the lie that he used. Right. About all these people driving Cadillacs. There was one woman that was doing it. I read up on it, but it was a lie. He casted everybody. They was getting food stamps as people that were abusing it. So he's just being tongue in cheek when he says that, Jake.
Of course, and I'm pointing out, the senator for his just buffoonery in reference to putting exemptions on what someone can buy.
Yeah. I know. But it's really important. Doc, I know you're still there. That program they had, they were using Lyft to take those people.
Correct.
Was it Uber?
Lyft.
Right. And Uber would take the people to the market for free, right?
Lyft.
Yeah.
And it was a pilot program. It was only a pilot program, and I don't even know if the program is still in operation. But it was a pilot program.
Well, you were kind enough. You are so good with your information, Jason, that you are 100% on point. It was a pilot program. It was only for certain areas. The pilot program actually ended. It, too, like everything else they've been trying to come up with, rather than addressing the issue. If you can give tax credits to millionaire and billionaire folks bringing business to downtown Baltimore, why can't you create the same type of tax credit to have a food market come into an area that is literally suffering because all it has is liquor stores and drugs, and we are not talking about pharmacy drugs. We're talking about drugstores, what they call open-air drug markets.
And Doc, I saw that they're starting a program with Giant Foods and Purdue with a mobile food truck that's going around the city.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you had an opportunity to read up on that one.
We read it, and we were told that there are certain communities similar to us not being in an opportunity zone. There are certain communities, mine happens to be one of those, the Penn North area, the Pennsylvania Avenue area. We're listed as one of those that because of the high crime and violence, they can't come into our area.
What?
All right, Brother Steve. Steve, you're on with Patrick Henderson's Meet the People. Good afternoon, sir.
Good morning. I haven't heard, talk to you guys in quite some time. I just want to commend you guys on the show that you're airing today and what y'all doing, very, very good conversation. Since we on this topic about food stamps and stuff, what I found to be amazing, a year ago I was diagnosed with leukemia, and I had double hip replacements and, back surgery. I was going through all of this horrendous stuff. And, I was approved, I had applied for, SSDI, and I got approved right away. But the crazy thing was, when I'm showing these folks at social service all my information, I was only given $14 in food stamps, And the thing about everything was that, I just couldn't believe, yes, the system is made for women and children. But when they see working men, there's a lot of working men out there that got sick, whatever, they get nothing, anything, And at the same time, the other day I'm at Food Depot riding by, and I couldn't believe on the amount of people that was out there selling their food stamps. And I was hurt. I was angry, I mean, the folks out there that was selling those food stamps, dollar for dollar, And I'm looking at the situation like, man, how many kids at this time that aren't eating properly, The price gouging, the prices that they had and food people, I could not believe. It was ridiculous, like everything just went up, overnight, like if it meant nothing,
And if you see something like that, Brother Steve, you can call the Attorney General's office. The governor did sign an executive order banning price gouging. So if you see something like that, I would definitely report it,
But you know what, though? Trump talked about it the other day. He said a mask that used to cost 89 cents is now $1.89. So the government is doing it, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. The government is doing a good job. Like everybody's saying, I believe somebody's going to get paid out of this situation,
Oh, yeah, they're going to get paid.
They're going to get paid,
Look at all them congressmen that went and sold their stocks and stuff because they knew it was coming.
Yeah, and there's a sell-off right now on the market. The market's still selling off.
Yeah, so we know that our pain is their gain. That's why we need. That's why we should be voting for Bernie Sanders for worldwide for medical care, free medical care. We wouldn't be having these problems.
Universal health care.
We wouldn't be having when we're going to Biden. I hate to say it, but with Mr. Biden, it seemed like I call it the Bill Clinton syndrome. He believed that he has all these black people wrapped around his finger,
Yeah, just like Obama did. And you don't owe him nothing. He talked about he was going to have a black vice president. I don't know if y'all noticed, but now he's talking about what's the name? Yates from the FBI. He's talking about now he's considering her. So all of a sudden, it ain't just a black woman; it's a woman, and that's what it's going to be. A white woman.
Right.
Yep. So let's get for Bernie Sanders. Yep. All right, guys. Thank you.
Well, at least it could have been Warren.
What you say, Mitra?
It could have been Warren. I would have been okay with her. Warren.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Bernie takes her, and that's where my vote is going to go. Bernie and Warren. That's the ticket, y'all. Rest assured, if he gets it and he brings in Warren, all this mess.
He's far behind now.
And Patrick, we had this conversation. The reason why the black community has such a diehard connection to Biden is because they feel that he was a loyalist to Obama. You know, that he was
like
loyal.
He had a choice.
Well,
But Obama wasn't completely loyal to us, and that's what they don't realize.
Right.
Obama put down that United Nations wanted to do reparations, and he wouldn't even give them a meeting. Are you kidding?
Right.
Then he turned around and made it hard for parents to borrow money to send their kids to college, to the HBCUs. Then he said the HBCUs don't graduate enough people, so he wasn't going to give them no money until they started graduating more students, not realizing what black kids have to go through to go to college and a family has to go through to try to put a kid through school.
Right.
I'm telling you, I don't care what, he's black, but he ain't our kin. He's just black. That's just a part. And my belief is that he didn't grow up with no black man in the house. He grew up with white women in the house.
Right.
So he doesn't understand the plight of the black man in America.
Right.
Not really, in my opinion. Let's go to the phone.
Yeah, well, family, it's 12 o'clock on the dot. We have to take a station break. Rick, hold the line. Eric, hold the line. Eugene, hold the line. We're going to get to you right after this commercial break. And family, also, I'm going to give you some tips to keep your immune system nice and healthy. Some of those old-fashioned remedies that your grandmama used to make for you is still good, tried and tested to this day. Better than some of that medicine you buy off the shelf. Go ahead and take us out there, brother, to commercial break. You're listening to Patrick Henderson's Meet the People radio show right here on WOLB 1010 AM.
This is Reality Radio.
The impact of COVID-19 is being experienced globally, and there are legitimate concerns about its impact on your health. Most people who will get the virus will never develop any symptoms, and many who do have full recoveries. According to the CDC, older adults and people with heart disease, diabetes, and lung disease have a higher risk of getting very ill from this virus. So please, wash your hands regularly. Cough or sneeze into your arm or shoulder. Do not put your hands in your eyes, nose, or mouth without washing them first. And disinfect frequently all the surfaces that you use regularly. And most importantly, if you feel ill, please self-quarantine. Sadly, thousands of people worldwide have already died because of COVID-19. But a much higher percentage of those who got the virus have totally recovered. So let's do our part for all of us to stay healthy and safe.
This is Reality Radio with Kathy Hughes. What's your reality?
The new 1010 WOLB with talk in the day and soul at night.
If you or a loved one have been in recovery from a drug or alcohol addiction and have relapsed, we understand what you're going through, and we can help. Recovery Centers of America stands ready to help you do whatever it takes to achieve lasting recovery. The time for action is now. Dial *646 on your mobile phone today and ask about Prize, a unique program for people who have relapsed, available at our locations on the Eastern Shore and in Southern Maryland. At RCA, our master's level clinicians will identify the triggers and reasons behind your relapse and tackle them head on. We'll help you build off the knowledge that you've acquired previously in treatment, and you'll be surrounded by peers who are determined to make this their last time in treatment. Together, we can achieve lasting recovery. Make the call that changes everything. Dial *646 on your mobile phone today. That's *646, *646.
Agnes was in deep trouble with the IRS.
I owed the IRS a lot of money.
She found out about Optima Tax Relief.
They guaranteed me that they were going to help me out the best that they can, and they did.
Optima stopped the IRS.
Optima Tax took care of everything.
Are you in deep trouble with the IRS? You might want to listen to Agnes.
I would refer Optima Tax Relief to anyone.
Call Optima right now for your free consultation. Call 800-799-0977. 800-799-0977.
Optima Tax Relief. In the interest of your health and safety during the coronavirus crisis, the Radio 1 Baltimore offices will be closed to all visitors until further notice. If you want a prize, don't worry. It will be available for pickup at a later date. We apologize for any inconvenience, but you and your family's safety is our number one priority. Keep listening to 1010 WOLB and go to WOLBbaltimore.com for the latest news and information on the corona crisis. Follow us on social media too at WOLB Talk 1010. Together, we can get through this, B-More. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep listening to 1010 WOLB.
It's done unto you as you believe.
Welcome back, family, to the Patrick Henderson's Meet the People radio show. right here on WOLB 1010 AM. And of course, we're talking about Corona and so many other issues going on in reference to the Corona in the community. Patrick Henderson is on the line with us. Our illustrious sister, Lemitra Henderson, is on the line with us. And Doc Cheatham is on the line with us. And of course, we have your calls coming in as well. Pat, did you want to say anything real quick before we start hitting the lines again?
Well, I would really like to keep the calls coming in because we're hearing so many wonderful ideas. And one thing about this my show, and I call it my show, God gave it to me.
That's right.
Yes, Patrick Henderson's Meet the People. Here we are to meet you, not to tell you what to do, but maybe to put an idea in and to make you aware of things that you're not aware of. And I want everybody to start calling the city council members and ask them if they have been voting to put these liquor stores back into our communities. This is just ridiculous. Doc is talking about it, and everybody's talking about where there's a liquor store, there is higher crime, higher violence, higher home break-ins, and we need y'all. We can do this. We can change this place. And whatever you do, don't return to your vomit and go vote for people that have already proved that they cannot be trusted. Let's go to the phone.
Yeah, Patrick, really quick, I wanted to just go to Facebook real quick. So Latanya Owens said that the so-called black leadership is selling Joe Biden to the black community. That's why that's why so many have amnesia.
Right.
Yeah. And,
right.
And then really quick, I wanted to just go through really quick, just some quick ways to keep your immune system in health. Family, okay. You know that your immune system is connected to your gut. So what you eat and what you put into your gut, what you put into your intestinal system is going to help strengthen your immune system. Mushrooms is a great source of minerals as well as vitamin B. And I told you, if you take some of those portobello mushrooms, slice them up, sit them in the sun for a little bit until they get a little bit brown, or vitamin D into the mushrooms. It's a great source of vitamin D if you don't want to necessarily your body to the sun, which you should, though.
Right. Which you need to do, but then they need to go buy some vitamin D12 too.
Yes.
And start taking them every day. Remember when they diagnosed me with cancer? The first thing the doctors prescribed for me, the first prescription he wrote was for vitamin D12.
Yes.
Because he says
C, and it's great for potassium, and it's a great way to give your immune system a boost. You need to keep those probiotics going in your stomach. So just some plain yogurt. Yogurt is great. It's high in protein, vitamin D, vitamin B2, as well as vitamin B12. And then also spinach is another great. I'm sorry.
Walnuts.
Walnuts.
Red wine. Since you're talking walnuts, you're talking about all the different liquor stores and stuff. They can drink red wine. That helps too. It helps with the cholesterol and the vitamin. Yeah.
Yeah,
it does. You're not told that.
Sweet potatoes is another great source. It also fuels your probiotics in your body. Broccoli is another great source of immune boosting.
Wait a minute, but with the sweet potatoes, Jason, see, we won't eat them unless they sweet. But if you just get a sweet potato, put some oil on it, and put it in the oven, and let it bake. Oh my God! It is just all the sugar, natural sugar.
And then this last one I'm going to leave to our southern folks, Lemitra and Patrick, but just some great old-fashioned chicken soup. Take that chicken, that whole chicken, cut it up into parts. Yep, throw it into the pot with the bones in there. Cut you some carrots, some celery. Throw you maybe a couple of potatoes in there, and just let that cook down all day until that bone marrow starts to push those juices out of the bone. And some of the best nutrients and immune building properties come out of just a simple Jason? Pot of chicken noodle soup.
Let me give him my little recipe for that chicken.
I knew you were going to do that. That's why I said I'm going to leave it to the professionals.
What I want you to do is to throw some olive oil in that pot, and get your Dutch oven, a big pot, and throw some olive oil in there. Then throw you some onions and let them onions brown a little bit. Okay? Then dust your chicken a little bit with a little bit of flour so it can get when you put it in that hot oil, let it brown a little bit. Then I pour chicken stock over it. Or you can use water. But I'm telling you, when you let them onions brown, it gives it a flavor, man. You can't stop eating it, you know, because it's almost an onion soup mixed with the chicken soup. So y'all do that if you want a great pot of chicken soup. Man, brown them onions and brown that chicken a little bit before you pour the water on there. And celery and carrots, as Jason said. I don't like potatoes in it. I like noodles in it. But you can do whatever you like. You know,
I like putting some sort of starch in there, whether you put egg noodles in there or whether you put potatoes in there. Either one of them will add a little bit of starch too.
Yeah, and lots of celery, lots of celery, and you'll be
don't
good.
have to
All
put
right,
anything, and it's still good.
Yeah, just the chicken in there.
Penicillin, and you know what? Science has proved that it actually does work.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's better than better than some of that. Yeah, better than some of that store-bought medicine.
We need
much better than the Campbell's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to the line. We have Brother Eric, who's been holding the longest. Brother Eric, you on Patrick Henderson's Meet the People. Good afternoon.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Hello, all right. How are you, sir?
Okay.
I'm good, man. Hey, Patrick, I suffer from lack of vitamin D2. I was prescribed that D12 you was talking about. So just to let you know, my percent, you know, when they do about a percentage, and mine was very, very low. For years, I didn't understand why my body was feeling the way it was. And so I finally went and seen my nurse practitioner. She told me that I had a low vitamin D count. So yeah.
Brother Eric, are you afraid of mushrooms? Do you eat mushrooms?
I love mushrooms.
I'm telling you, take you some portobello mushrooms, slice them up, put them on a cookie sheet, sit them out in the sun a little bit until they turn brown, because you know the mushrooms are a little bland in color, till they turn brown. And then add that to whatever you're gonna cook, whatever you're gonna fry up. And I'm telling you, it's the best source of vitamin D, natural absorbing vitamin D out there.
Sure. No problem. And what you guys are talking about in reference to the city council and everybody down there, you know, I'm a student of listening. You know, so I listen to what's going on with Joan Pratt right now, and I hear all these different commercials. How it's a young lady that's on the air that's saying, "Well, I'm going to vote for her, and everybody in my church is going to vote for her." And it's that same old, because I like this person, I want y'all to vote for her attitude. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I pay attention to that kind of stuff. These people have been in office 25, some of them 30 years, and the way that the city looks, for the life of me, I can't understand how people keep voting them over and over and over. What have you done for me lately? Now look,
nothing. They ain't trying to.
I'm born and raised in Baltimore City, right? I never seen a lady in East Baltimore. I never seen a lady in West Baltimore. My daughter never seen a lady. My nieces never seen a lady. I have friends and relatives. We never seen this lady. But you want us to forgive whatever crime whatever charge, investigation they're doing right now, and to vote for you. And it's the same thing with the rest of the maggots down there in city council. They scum. I can't stand none of them. I hate all of them.
Well, you know what? I can understand you, but I got to pose this, and I know I'm finna get in trouble, but I'm ready for it. How come Sheila Dixon, Joan Pratt, Catherine Pugh, all of them came out of Bethel AME Church?
Yeah.
All of them came out of Bethel AME Church. There's a new pastor there now, but all of them came out of Bethel AME Church. Now, what does that say to you? Is that what they were being taught there? How could all of them be so corrupt?
Right. Well, and it's the same thing with y'all was just talking about with Joe Biden. How they trying to court the black community to vote for him just because he was the vice president to Barack Obama. It's the same way with the politics of Baltimore City. Just vote for them because this person was cool with them or that person liked them. Right. Meantime, they get in office and don't do nothing.
Right.
I mean, you had bridges in Baltimore City. That bridge going towards Cherry Hill need to be shut down, man. Have you drove your car across there lately?
Talking about the Hanover Street Bridge.
Lately? I mean, you have bridges and roads that's not even fixed that need to be torn down. And you have people that's suffering bad. They doing nothing for nobody, but everybody want to vote. I don't like none of them. I'm not taking
I don't like none of them either. I agree with you 100%.
Man, y'all have a good day, man.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your call, sir. Appreciate that.
All right, Patrick, we're going to Brother Eugene. Good morning, Brother Eugene. You're on Patrick Henderson's Meet the People.
Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning.
Dr. Eugene, good morning.
I want to start by saying God works in mysterious ways. He performs wonders. Moreover, God giveth and God taketh. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And so, I've been listening to you all morning. I've been hearing some very good ideas and suggestions. I realize that there has been a lot of frustration, and during this period, this tumultuous period, I can understand the frustration. But as an old man, I say be calm, cool, and collected, and to do, as Kathy Hughes says, and to do, as the young man on your show is saying, eating the right food. That is what I'm focusing on. Now, Patrick, I want you to know that what we need to be focusing on also is what can we do for, with, and by our young people. And I know you appreciate that because I hear all the time you're saying what you do, what you should do. I'm going to make a suggestion. Number one, there are certain packets that I'm sure have been sent home by the school system that youngsters are working on. And some books that will benefit our young people. Number one, first of all, Google and read Learning Words with the First Lady. And that then after you do that, the book is Words Crossing Across. Word search on Michelle Obama. Don't stop there. Google and read Words Crossing Across. Word search on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Don't stop there. Words Crossing Across. Word search on LeBron James. And by all means, go on and read also Words Crossing Across. Word search on Barack Obama. All of these books, Patrick, are found on Amazon.com.
Right.
Young kids need to be exposed to these, and they're word search books, Patrick. And I know how great you are with words, and how you want our young boys and girls to learn words. And then there is another book that will benefit old and young during this period. The title is Grounded in the Word: A Guide to Mastering Standardized Test Vocabulary and Biblical Comprehension. You can find that on Amazon.com as well. I'm going to end with this, Patrick. You know me. You know my voice. I want to say that...
Lift it. Go on and lift it.
During this period, Patrick, let's teach our young boys and girls their voice and things. Let's expose them to Kim Weston. Patrick, have you heard the Kim Weston rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing?
Years ago.
Now, you need to pull it out. Then you want to listen to the Melba Moore and the rendition of Lift Every Voice. And then, of course, you say, lift all of those. We need to be exposing our kids also to books, to songs, and what have you, lifting them up, because the young boys and girls, as I know them, they are afraid to death. They are looking at their parents. The parents are confused. We all are confused now.
And they're hungry.
They're hungry. Right. We must make sure that we give them the right food, food for thought, as well as food for the body. That's so very, very important. I'm going to end with this, Patrick. I'm going to end with this. Through an epiphany with Lift Every Voice and Sing. My website for all those who are listening is lifteveryvoiceandsing.org. Lifteveryvoiceandsing.org. And Patrick, one of these days, when I get some more money, I am going to be sending to young boys and girls all over the area T-shirt that I designed. Lift every voice and sing. Now,
okay, do you have those on your website now?
No, but I'm going to tell you where to find them.
Okay.
Go to redbubble.com.
Say it again.
Redbubble.
Redbubble.com. Once you go to redbubble.com, type in "Lift Every Voice and Sing" Eugene Williams. There are other items on that site of "Lift Every Voice and Sing," but go to Eugene Williams primarily because if you want to know what it looks like, anybody listening now, go to this particular article and you'll see me wearing a hoodie. The site is the topic that you want to go to is from the University of Maryland, College Park. The heading of that article, please write it down. It is "Meet the Man Who Got University of Maryland Team to Play the Black National Anthem." If you go to that site, you will see my design. You'll see me wearing a hoodie. You'll see my wife sitting there working with me, an 85-year-old woman who's a mathematician and known all over the world, one of the first blacks to graduate from the University of Maryland, College Park with a doctorate degree in math education. We want to help, Patrick. And if you want to know more about her, just Google Dr. Mary H. Johnson. Dr. Mary H. Johnson. If there's any way that we can help, Patrick, if you go to my website, you'll see my email address. You can email me because we've got to lift every voice and sing. God bless you.
Yes, and bless you for all you do, Brother Eugene.
Yeah, thank you,
so much.
Dr. Eugene. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, family, you can grab a line, 410-481-1010. We're going to go to Brother Rick, who's been holding for some time. Brother Rick, you're on Patrick Henderson's Meet the People. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jason. I have a question for you. You seem to be up and knowledgeable on some issues. That stimulus package. Now, my situation is I get a disability check on the 3rd every month, Social Security disability. Well, I know I probably won't get that $1,200, but am I included in that? Will I get anything?
No,
not unless the previous year you filed for over $600.
W-2 form. Did you? Did you
Go
file
ahead,
a W-2?
No.
Yeah,
because I got hurt by that last year. I got hurt. So I get disability now on the 3rd of every month, Social Security disability.
Well, see, they're not saying that, and I'm waiting for it, too, because I'm on disability. So I'm waiting to hear about that, too. What are they going to do? Now, to show y'all, now, Bernie Sanders, he said that they should add $200 a month to everybody that's getting Social Security and disability during this time. Where's Joe Biden? Has anybody heard Joe Biden say anything? No, you haven't.
Heard Bernie Sanders. When did you hear Bernie Sanders say that?
Oh man, that was last week. Him and Elizabeth Warren. She was the first one, and then Bernie came about and said it. You know, so I'm telling you, everybody hopping on Biden. Biden don't care nothing about people. Biden is another Obama. He's just using us to get elected, just like Obama did. And then
so in other words, you haven't heard anything about us people like get the disability, some kind of stimulus either.
I haven't heard anything as far as the House or the Senate is concerned in reference to those that are getting SSDI or Social Security. This is supposed to be for folks that are working or are currently out of work.
The folks who's getting the money is the folks that make up to $75,000 a year, which is a typical Republican thing, and they're doing nothing for the poor people. This is what we're dealing with.
So basically, I won't get nothing.
No, not right now. Not unless.
Unless something comes out of the House, because I know right now there is some bills.
The Democrat bill will give you something, but the Republican bill, and right now they're not even speaking. They had a big Democrat bill last night.
What's the Democrat bill going to give you? Give us.
Oh man, all sorts of things. Paid sick leave.
Specifically for someone disabled like me, they get a check on the 3rd of every month.
Yeah, well, that's what I got to read. I'm not sure. I don't want to put out bad information, but I'm going to see how they're addressing it. But I know the way that they're addressing it is for those people that are not above. They talking about the people, caring about the people who are below the poverty line and within the poverty line, which is a major part of America. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't making $25,000 a year.
Because I'm poverty too. I'm like the previous caller. I get $1,200 a month from Social Security and $16 in food stamps. And luckily, my neighbor, well, I didn't say luckily, but he's on drugs, So he sells his food stamps to me every month. You know, that's how I make it.
Right, but I think Pelosi is mainly looking at an emergency stimulus package for working families. Right now. So and the other argument,
disabled.
Right,
I want to hear about the disabled. That's what I want. I have nothing about people that get a Social Security check on the 3rd. Nothing.
All right,
but you are getting something.
We're gonna have that for you next week.
Yeah, and you are getting something. But there's some folks that I was arguing. I was telling Patrick yesterday that because the U.S. government, even though they have folks in the unemployment office that are working, you now have in some states as high as 120, 130% increases in unemployment claims. So for even a full staff being in there, you're talking about 50 some odd states, that are getting, 100 plus claims coming in. It's going to take some time for a lot of these unemployment claims to be processed. So some of these folks may be waiting for unemployment checks for weeks.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah, because I got a friend, she just got laid off, and she got a mortgage. She got a hell of a mortgage, too. So I don't know what she's complaining. She don't know what she's going to do.
She needs to go to, I know the Maryland State government website is supposed to have some relief programs in there. And I know that most of the banks have been sending out notices or have something on their website in reference to the coronavirus. And
but the thing is, she just got sold to another bank.
Right.
Her mortgage she's with Bank of America. Bank of America sold her mortgage to another bank. She said she never even heard of.
Right, but most of these companies know that right now there's a crisis going on, and are offering some sort of assistance.
Is it at least 2 to 3 months where they won't be able to penalize you, they won't be able to evict you or foreclose on you? So tell her about that. I do know that's in the offing for mortgage for people who have mortgages.
And have her call whoever the mortgage holder is, and if she is having any trouble, I'd ask her to call in on Monday, next week's program, and we'll talk about it if we have to and expose them. Anybody that's looking at hurting anybody, during this time of crisis, really needs to be exposed.
I'd ask her to call in. All right, thanks a lot.
All right, brother. All right, Brother Marvin, you're on Patrick Henderson's Meet the People.
Hey, how you doing this morning, everybody?
Good morning.
Hey, look, I want to say about, what was his name? The guy that said something about the kids was walking across the street and stuff like that.
Doc Cheatham, yes.
Yeah. Well, he's right. That and I know that he's good for the community and everything. But one thing he probably forgetting when he said that the organization didn't ask nobody for nothing, and the organization was funded, within our people. Now, in order for that organization to stand up and stay alive, I would feel as though they would have to get a donation from the people who come for that. You see what I'm saying? Because if the people don't donate when they're taken, how are you going to be able to keep producing? You see what I'm saying? Everybody that's black in America should learn how, if it's anything in your community is being given for free, you should put something back so it can keep on going on. Because, see, if you're not putting anything back...
It ain't nothing but volunteering time.
Right.
Okay? Right. I hear you. If it's nothing but... Mm-hmm.
But, see, the money must circulate, Patrick, because the reason why... In our community, why we so poor, why we so behind, why we so always asking, why we always taking a bad hit, why we feeling bad, because we don't put it back in. See what I'm saying?
I agree, but you know what? A lot of us don't have it. We'll pay tithes for church because we feel like sometimes, the church needs to survive, but we don't realize our personal needs. But I'm telling you, a tithe is not just money. Tithe is also time.
I'm glad you said that.
Can I say something here?
This is what I want to say. All right, Patrick, you said a lot of us don't have the money, right?
Right.
Okay, but a lot of us have the money to go in those liquor stores, just like Doc says, why is liquor stores everywhere?
Yeah.
We buy liquor, but we won't buy our kids no lunch. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We turn around.
we hear you, Doc.
Everywhere else, we turn around and put our money everywhere else, but together with one another.
Right.
It's about time that the black nation stand up right instead of wrong and stop taking this bad hit that we call ourselves men and women and ain't doing the right thing.
Right, Marvin. Only because of time, I gotta let you go. Only because of time. We're and I still have 2 callers.
But call back next week.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Marv. Doc, was you trying to say something?
Just wanted to share with the brother. There are some of us, and there are a number of presidents around the city that do more, if not equal, what I do. I spend $2,000 a year out of my pocket to supplement what my community cannot put in to help us in our community. We had over 20 people last week put in 40 hours of volunteer time to distribute food to our fellow neighbors. So it's not always giving back. It's basically doing what is a necessity. I know my community members, many of them can't afford the regular dues that many communities pay for. So you'll find many of us are going in our pocket, like many of our teachers are going in their pocket every day to supplement what the school system does not give. Our problem is that we got a bunch of folks, whether they're in Annapolis or whether or not they're on City Hall, they don't deserve to be back in office.
Family, we are out of time.
To a great degree because of them.
Right. I apologize, Doc and Pat and everybody, and we didn't get a chance to get to Ben or Yvonne. I apologize to both of you. The lines were tied up. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Patrick, take us out, please.
Well, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God comforts us. The power of God protects us. And the love of God watches over us. Wherever we are, wherever I am, wherever we are, God is. I want y'all to remember that. You can go to my page, and I wrote some music to that, and you can listen to that. If it blesses you, play it whenever you need to be encouraged, because God is. He is everywhere. And no matter what we're going through, God is. I want everybody to remember that. And join us next Sunday at 3:30 on Spirit 1400, and then join us again at 11:30 on WOLB 1010 Baltimore. You have been listening to Patrick Henderson's Meet the People on WOLB 1010 Baltimore. God bless, and remember, I believe in you, you believe in me, and I believe that we can make our dreams a reality. God bless. Have a great week, everybody. Be safe.
It's too important to give up for anything. This is not a time to get.
The following programming is pre-recorded programming and is not a live broadcast. The new 1010 WOLB with talk in the day and soul at night.
Are you facing foreclosure of your home?
I need a fresh start.
Are your wages being garnished?
I need a fresh start.
Are you facing huge out-of-control medical or other bills?
I need a fresh start.
If you're deep in debt, you might lose your home.
We need a fresh start.
Cerroti and Associates can help. Call 410-999-8000 and set up an appointment to meet with Jeff Cerroti himself. Get that fresh start you deserve. Call Jeff Cerroti at 410-999-8000 to help stop foreclosure, wage garnishments, and help with medical bills. Cerroti and Associates are the bankruptcy specialists. They've been helping Marylanders get out from under their mounting bills for over 25 years. Call 410-999-8000 or visit freshstartlaw.com to get your fresh start. Convenient to the Beltway with free parking. Call Cerroti and Associates today at 410-999-8000. That's 410-999-8000. We are a debt relief agency helping people file bankruptcy under the Bankruptcy Code.
WOLB Baltimore and WERQ FM HD3 Baltimore. Brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel.
Being debated, it did not